St. Louis Crisis Nursery provides emergency intervention and care for young children in need. And joining us is Sara Johnson-Cardona, who's the Latino Program Director of St. Louis Crisis Nursery, and Karlos Ramirez, the President and CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Karlos and Sara. So happy to have you guys both today. So Sara, tell us about the St. Louis Crisis Nursery. You guys have been around for a while and doing some great things and always new things. So fill us in.
Yeah, so the nursery started 31 years ago. And what I think is really cool about it, one of the many things, is that it started from asking the community what they needed. So what the community needed to prevent child abuse and neglect. And so a lot of the moms said that what they needed was a place where they could take their kids in an emergency. So if they didn't have enough food, if they didn't have electricity, or if there was a domestic violence situation, or they were just undergoing a ton of stress. And so that's how the nursery started, as that safe place where they could take their kids voluntarily for 24 to 48 hours or longer, depending on their needs, while they dealt with the crisis.
So is it still the same 31 years later?
Yeah, yeah, except that now we also have a family empowerment program, which obviously the crisis, not everything can change in 24 to 48 hours, and so a lot of the families need a little bit more support and ongoing follow-up. And so that's where the family empowerment program comes in, to provide that ongoing support for the families.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you find that most families, well, they'll bring their kids in the morning, let's say, and they'll stay till like overnight for a night or two, or do they ever just drop them off, go to work, go to find a job, or whatever they need to do?
So ours is, so it's not a daycare, because there's other daycares in the area and they have other ways of getting daycares.
Right.
So this is really, there's some emergency that will take 24 at least hours to resolve. So homelessness, or leaving an abusive partner, or a mental health crisis, and so they'll maybe go to the hospital or get some other type of services. So usually we make exceptions based on specific families, but usually it's at least 24 hours.
Okay, and how many centers do you all have now?
So we have 5 nurseries.
5 nurseries. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's always a nursery within a short bus ride away. So, okay, so Karlos, you're here with representing the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and there's been some outreach between the St. Louis Crisis Nursery and Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Is that right?
Correct.
So, Karlos, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so actually one of the largest segments of our membership growth has been nonprofits, just like the Crisis Nursery Center. And it's nonprofits that are looking to, whether it be find diverse board members or to connect with other corporations through our membership to be able to get some additional support for their programs. And since we have so many different connections across, from the nonprofit to the general community to the white collar executives, it really has been a go-to place for a lot of nonprofits that have joined us.
Okay, so how then, Sara, did you guys bring, and why the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce into St. Louis Crisis Nursery's mission?
Yeah, so family empowerment is that umbrella follow-up program after the families use the nursery to get longer term support. And so the Latino Outreach Program started as a program within family empowerment that works specifically with the Latino Spanish-speaking population in St. Louis. And so that program started 4 years ago when I started at the nursery. And before that, I had been working somewhere else, and there were 4 families that were eligible for services within the nursery. And so they came with me, and so that was 4 families 4 years ago, and now we're serving 838 families. And so the Latino Outreach Program provides mental health services, trauma therapy based, and then case management and a parenting curriculum, walk-in hours for crisis situations, and donation outreach events.
Okay, lots of different programs.
Yeah.
And just real quick, Karlos, before we go to break, do you find that the increase in services from St. Louis Crisis Nursery to the Hispanic community is a result of the increase in the Hispanic community?
Yeah, I think the fact that there are so many more Hispanic-based organizations, and the fact that our membership has grown so much and the population has grown so much, I think across the board, all the need for the programs and the growth of these organizations is going to continue to move forward.
All right, very good. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with St. Louis Crisis Nursery and the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce after this break.